everyone, and welcome back to another video. It's Brianna Ray from BriIY here to bring you an interesting app. That's really all I can say about this one, is that I was super interested in trying out this Endless Paper app after I saw someone using it online. And this is my first experience with it ever. I just kind of wanted to do a quick overview of it and see if it's worth your time and money. The interesting thing I found about this is one of the ways that it markets itself is that it is marketed to like take notes for school or something like that. And the other interesting part is that it has horrible reviews in the App Store for just that purpose. But it seems that a lot of people really seem to like this specifically for artwork. So let's see. Looks like you can start a broadcast. That's interesting. I will not be doing that. I'm assuming this is how we're going to be able to save everything, save it like an image. Cool. And okay, so we can change the toolbar, full screen when hiding toolbar. Okay. Use advanced color chooser. I would definitely like that. I don't know what that means, but we got rotation snapping. Okay. This so far looks pretty basic, but the exciting part about this, in my understanding, is that the page can go bigger, smaller, infinitely, and that's why it's called Endless Paper. And then you can also get like really up and close. And the way that this works is, instead of kind of drawing with pixels, you're actually creating vector images, which means they can be like resized infinitely up or down. So that's kind of what makes this kind of a creative space, I think. So let's see, we've got like, I'm assuming this is some sort of pen. I don't know what the difference between these two pens are. This one's maybe a little crisper. This one's more like ballpoint here. And this one is more of like a consistent look. Over here, this one is, looks like a brush pen. Then we have what appears to be a highlighter and, of course, an eraser, which kind of erases big chunks, it looks like. No, it kind of really only just does what we're focused on here. So that's not too bad. I wonder if it's got, no, I don't know why. I always try to do the smartboard erasing hack, which is, you circle the whole thing and then tap in the middle. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anything else picked up on that hack. All right, so I kind of want to see if there's any, there doesn't seem to be any other adjustment here. I'm a little upset that there's no real way to change the size of these different pens. That's a little disappointing, but I do say that it does tell very well when you see these two dots. This is when it knows that you have a finger on it. All these big ones are my fingers, and it will only draw if you have an Apple Pencil. So that's definitely a cool feature. I guess like zooming in and out is gonna make it bigger or smaller, but overall I don't really know. So I kind of want to start doing like maybe some sort of design here, and just kind of test it out. And then I'm going to see about saving it, how it looks, how it crops and all that. And, then I'll just kind of give my final thoughts. All right. So this kind of like, I had this like kitschy idea that I wanted to do. I'm kind of going to stick with this one. I kind of wanted to do like a sort of an eyeball situation. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this guy, and I don't know why. I'm gonna do it pretty sketchy, I think. I'm not going for, artist of the year here, but I've seen some people make some pretty gosh darned cool creations with this that just kind of go on for days. I kind of just wanted to do one that went on for a semi-reasonable amount of time. Also, in terms of like art, obviously it doesn't have a lot of the similar digital art tools that you would get out of something like Procreate or Autodesk Sketchbook. There's no, pre-made filling tools even. So you can see I'm just kind of scribbling here. And actually, I don't even really want to scribble. I kind of want to do this and kind of make that my highlight a bit there. So there's no fill tool, there's no gosh, what word am I looking for? Like a shape tool. There's no like predictive stroke or any like smoothing kind of to be done. So it's really very very basic, but you can see I can zoom in all the way here. Actually, I'm gonna erase a little bit. Yeah, maybe you can see what I mean there, how like it kind of takes off strange chunks of the eraser. So it wasn't just me a little bit earlier, it's definitely weird. But you can kind of zoom in, and this is kind of what I see people doing with it, is they'll zoom in pretty far, and then they'll make like a new image inside of this. So the kitschy idea I was gonna go for was like, oh, you know, the eyes are the window to the soul. So I wanted to draw that eyeball and then come back out here and do like a window or whatever. You know, and it's got shinies and stuff on it. And again, kind of a huge pain to kind of do any of the big picture stuff, but I actually wonder, again, I can try this whole, if I zoom out really far, oh yeah, look at that. Then you can fill in, but you lose almost all sense of control when you do that, so definitely not as good. But yeah, if you're willing to kind of let it zoom out a bit for you, you can get a more full fill here. Okay, let's see how it sticks when I get in close. Yep, pretty good. And I can kind of clean up again. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe not ideal again, but it definitely helps us figure out a way to sort of work with the program instead of against it art-wise. So there's that. And I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of extra darkness around here. Kind of round it out. It's not too bad now. Kind of want to do some eyelashes though. If I get nice and close, I should be able to make them pretty thin, right? Yeah, I'm not good at eyelashes, so I'm just gonna pretend all that never happened. Oh yeah, and hey, do you remember that window that we made inside the iris? Look, there it is! That's kind of cool. All right, and from the window here, I kind of want to do like a tree, and I'm gonna back up a little bit so that I can make a really, really thick, like evergreen tree. Kind of like that. I don't know, maybe it's Christmas time, but I just wanted to make it nice and thick. And I don't even know if I have an option for brown in any of these, which it looks like no. This one's a cool different shade of green. Oh yeah, gonna add a little bit of color variation here. That's nice. Oh yeah. This is art, baby. Look at that. But again, if you zoom, it totally changes the size. So those got really big. Kind of want to zoom out again to kind of add a little bit more of that dark green back in there. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's good quality stuff. Again, I don't really know how to fix the colors. Maybe, can I hold down on the colors and like, oh, yay. Okay, I'm so glad I figured this out. Great. So let's stick in with this marker. And I want to, let's just go to red to kind of get it started. So you go to red, hold down, boom. Now we have a big old color wheel here, and I can change up my colors. Hooray. Oh, this is so exciting. Great. And it just kind of changed it over here, which is good for me. I'm just going to zoom in and, oops, I kind of want to zoom back out so I have a bigger brush. Don't need to take as much time. And I'm gonna fill in with my tree. And you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna zoom out way far. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make this black. Nice. And oh yeah. Look at that beautifully thick window pane. Oh no, I zoomed out too far. There we go. And now let's zoom in a little bit. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice. And I can keep my little streakies there. So you could definitely see some of the weird vector breaks, I guess, in some of these things where it's like struggling to figure out the exact edges. Lovely. I hate it. I'm just gonna get rid of those. All right, here we are back at the front. We got our eyeball here. You know, we're able to kind of add it. Ah, I erased it by accident. No, I wanted this. Go in with our black here, kind of tidy that up. Oh yeah, so beautiful this eyeball is. Love it. So this was kind of our first attempt here, and just from here you can very barely see the little dot on the inside of the eye that then becomes the window. If you zoom out far enough, you can't really see it at all. So I'm gonna zoom in. We're gonna see our window. Oh, there she is. How cute. It's got a little tree out there, and from there you can just barely see our little nest. So I'm gonna zoom in on the nest. Oh, and we got a little birdie in there. How nice. And if type in the comments now where you think the next little thing I'm about to zoom into is. If you guessed the eye shiny, you are correct. And because it looked like the Twitter bird, follow me on Twitter. But yeah, I didn't go any further than this, but you can see it really is kind of endless, and it just goes on forever and ever and ever. And it's kind of cool to see how those things just sort of fit in, and I can even kind of zoom out and keep this guy nice and tiny and then start drawing again out here. I don't know what I would draw. And I think going in is a little bit easier because then you know that you're not kind of coloring over anything that you've already done. So like if I, did some of this, I feel like that totally ruins everything I did earlier in there. You can't even see the eyeball or get any further or out. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that if that's something that you are trying to do, but definitely kind of keep going in and then work your way back out. I also wanted to test this out. If I zoom in back here really far, I wonder if I tap origin, yeah, so if you tap origin back on this like bookmark thing, it will take you back to where you started. And it looks like, I'm assuming it makes, like you can make these little bookmarks for just about anything. So if I do this, I might call it Bluebird, save. So I can tap origin, and then if I tap Bluebird, it takes me back to where that is essentially. So I can add little points in here that I want it to go to. And it looks like, I feel like this wouldn't be super ideal for something like taking school notes, because you would then have to like add one of these for everything, and you can't have different endless papers for different, I don't know, topics or something like that. So if you had like a science class and then, I don't know, a math class, you couldn't keep those ideas separate. They would all have to be on the same piece of paper. And I guess you could kind of just like hop all the way out and then just like do one of these and, organize it like here, and everything in here is science and everything in here is math. It just feels like a lot of pre-planning that would kind of have to go into kind of taking those handwritten notes. I do like this a lot for kind of the idea of sketching and just doing like really simple designs. And just kind of allowing things to be a little bit more free. Yeah, I think that's kind of my idea there. It's definitely not super well designed for art, because again, you can see how weird like the vector reacts to things like the eraser and so on. So just something to keep in mind. The undo and the redo features are pretty nice. They work well. Now let's see what happens when I try to save this image and this paper would like to add to your photos. Okay, I think I saved it, so I'm gonna head over here, head into my photos. I clicked on my streaming options instead. Here we go. It's a bunch of things. Okay, so here's the picture. Okay, oh, interesting. So it looks like it only saves it based on where you're at in the screen. So I bet if I zoom in really far to the Bluebird again, and then I hit save, come back out, go into photos. Ah, there it is. And so that kind of makes sense. Definitely not as high quality of a photo as I might have liked. It definitely doesn't look very good when you zoom in. but it is there. So yeah, I guess it kind of does the job. I mean, it does what it says it does. I definitely get how the reviews on this are so blech, to be frank. I'm actually gonna kind of open those up right now just to see what people are saying and see if I kind of agree with them. But you can see this only has like a 2.6 star, which is blech. Looks like some of the improvements that are being done are kind of newer. Has cool concepts, some utilities. Some people really like it. The concept's there. Overall, it's just a little glitchy, not as user-friendly as I'd like. Yeah. No selecting tool. Interesting. It seems like you're using the native tool set for the Apple has for the pencil, but very two important things are missing. A selection tool. So for like duplication. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. I didn't even think about that. If I wanted to copy something and use it for art, or like maybe copy and paste different like headings if I were taking it for notes, that would be, someone else said that they want the lasso to move things around, like if you put them in the wrong place. That's definitely a good point. So yeah, overall, I think this is a cool concept. Like a lot of people are saying, it's a great concept. Like it's there, it works in the most basic sense of the form. The app itself is $9.99, which for something as kind of glitchy as it is, I don't know if I would say it's worth necessarily those $10. If they keep updating it and making it better, probably, but for me right now, I just don't know if I would say that this is worth the money. If you find or have a specific use for it, absolutely, go for it. It's just not as clean or as clear as maybe I would have liked it to be. It was cool to play with, but overall just a little bit subpar in terms of a $10 price tag. So with all that said, I wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye!